It's Sunday morning on the Frankston line, and it's just 4 minutes until the next train. This is the first day of the new timetable. Under a previous timetable, I could have been waiting up to 29 minutes. And even more if I was catching the train from Werribee, where it was every 40 minutes on a Sunday morning. Anyway, I thought I'd do a video version of Timetable Tuesday to capture some of the sights of the first day of the new timetable for Frankston. I don't know if you heard this, you probably didn't, but even behind the camera it was quiet anyway. That was an announcement saying that Frankston trains no longer went via the City Loop. Instead, they'll go straight through from Flinders Street, Southern Cross, out to Footscray and Newport, and off in Werribee. Let's hear from the green button.
Services departing Chelsea Platform 1 are the 7:51 Werribee, stopping all stations to Werribee via Flinders Street, departing in 2 minutes. The 8:11 Flinders Street, stopping all stations to Flinders Street. The 8:31 Werribee, stopping all stations to Werribee via Flinders Street. And always remember to touch on your Mikey at the start of your journey.
It's not all consistent. This smart bus display still has the trains as going to Flinders Street. Here's the network status board we have on the Frankston line. There's plenty of room in the notes down below, but unfortunately nothing mentioning the new timetable. As you can see, the front of the train said Flinders Street. These boom gates at Chelsea Road will soon be going. Later in the video, I'll show some of the works happening around the station. This station will be demolished as part of the works and be moved a small distance to the south. Rail will be in a trench. Here's the new train network map. You can tell that it's new because it's even got the under construction metro tunnel in. Anyway, if we follow the Frankston line, it's the green line running straight through Flinders Street, Southern Cross, Footscray, Newport. Then there's a mass of green lines west of Newport, depending on if the train is going to Williamstown, Werribee or Laverton via Altona. Something I would have liked to have seen on the map, given that the Caulfield group coming from Dandenong is now operating consistently, is arrows showing it going anti-clockwise around the loop. The Clifton Hill group has been running clockwise for about the last 10 or 12 years. The other two loops going out to North Melbourne and Burnley still have the alternating inconsistent reversal in the middle of the day and different arrangements on weekends. So that is part of the unfinished business of reforming the City Loop, which started service almost exactly 40 years ago. This is the map that's produced for the bus replacements, or I should say the train replacement buses. It's a fairly new map as the replacement stop has moved location to accommodate the works in the rail corridor. It still refers to the Fares and Ticketing Manual back in 2010, so that bit hasn't been updated. Now, of course, it's COVID and people are very conscious about cleaning stations and trains. Or are they? Have a look at this spiderweb that's gathered and some other muck. So obviously cleaning is not consistently of a high standard. This has been there more than a few days. And what about the timetables themselves? We've got the big notice saying that they're starting. And here's the new station specific timetable, or should I say a departure list. You can see the date. And here's the line. So they've had to do a new map. There's the loop stations, and if you look at the footnote, it says it's not serviced by the line, so you need to change trains at Richmond to get a loop station. And also note the continuation towards Werribee and Williamstown. Yay. Now, I did mention changing at Richmond before, but the official instruction is changing at either Caulfield or South Yarra. Presumably because of crowding at Richmond, they want to encourage you to change earlier on. A very neat, clean and simple timetable. Every 20 minutes early in the day, about every 5 minutes in peak, 10 minutes off peak, and at night until around 11 PM, never worse than any 20 minutes. It previously dropped to every 30 minutes at that time. On the weekends, there's the night network every hour, but after that, it's every 20 minutes until ramping up to every 10 minutes after about 9:30 AM. Then it drops down to every 20 after 6:52 PM. Before, the drop in the evening used to be down to every 30 until last train. So a big improvement in service levels there in the evening. And similarly on Sundays, it's a 20-minute service from 7:11 AM instead of 30 minutes. That ramps up to 10 minutes during the day, and never worse than 20 minutes at night until last service. Looking at the footnotes, you can see every second train, or not quite every second, it's a little bit different in the late morning peak, like with the previous timetable. Anyway, express between Cheltenham and Caulfield, Malvern and South Yarra. So that explains the stopping patterns. The Z is because although a Saturday timetable runs on most public holidays, the night network trips that are part of the Saturday timetables do not operate. So hence the need for the footnote. Now this is quite shoddy. Here is the old timetable, or at least a fragment of it. You can have a look at the date here, 26th of August 2018. And it's just for Saturdays. They've left it behind. And I had a look around the other parts of the station, and there's no full timetables for Mondays to Fridays or Sundays, whether new or old. So they haven't done a particularly good job at putting in the new timetables. They should have taken out all the old ones, and preferably also given us a full timetable showing all the stations and times under the new timetable. Right here, video monitoring. Here we've got the validated ticket area, Metro and Metlink. You can't see much, but this is inside the old goods shed. Now, you might have just saw something on the side of the train was advertisements for the new train timetable, so a nice touch there. On the platform 2 side, there's a departure list that's up to date, 31st of January, and there are timetables for Saturday and Sunday. Again, they appear to be the older timetables. The old buildings have been poorly maintained, and where there's a leak, hastily patched up.
Services departing Chelsea, platform 2 are the 909 Frankston, stopping all stations to Frankston.
There's been some improved passenger information for the train replacements. We've got, starting this evening, train replacements for about a week, and we've even got some brochures, so we'll have a quick look inside a brochure. Now, a new thing is called Chatbot, where you can use your phone to find your replacement bus stop, where it stops, with real-time tracking. Not sure if there's actually a real person on there as well, but anyway, it's an automated thing that could be worth trying if you have to use a replacement bus service. And the brochure's also got a map. So there's replacement buses between Frankston and Mordialloc, and then trains from Mordialloc into the city and beyond. Also some other works. Stony Point as well. There's some lettered annotations, S and L, and for Stony Point, S1. Presumably the S is for stopping. L might be limited stops, so use of lettered codes, I think, to identify the various stopping patterns Not sure if they'll be displayed on the bus. And what is the purpose for all this? It's part of the level crossing removal program. And they've got right here an artist impression of Chelsea Station. Normally you'd be able to go to the station, platform 1, via this path, and that connects to the underpass. But we can't while the works are being done. You can see that a lane has been removed from Nepean Highway. So the alternative is a bit longer, going via the western side of Nepean Highway. Quite a lot of the vegetation has already been cleared. This is looking north towards Edithvale. If you look towards the far distance, just behind the bus, this is the site of the relocated Chelsea Station, just slightly to the south. There used to be trees along here, but they've now been chopped down in preparation for the new station works. Here's the underpass. With the new station, that will soon be no more. It's been carrying people safely under the railway for generations. There is no cleaning of it, and rubbish has built up, likely to clog drains and cause flooding if we get a downpour. This is the site of the new Chelsea Station. That's Catherine Avenue, just on the left. This spot used to be the station car park. All the equipment here is lined up for some serious construction action. If you wish to try and imagine things, here's Catherine Avenue, and the road in front of us is Station Street. And from the brochure, this is approximate position of the new Chelsea Station. And there's the artist's impression. So try and imagine things, as that's how the new station will look. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different Timetable Tuesday, and if you'd like more videos like this, maybe instead of blog posts, then please let me know in the comments below.